Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Susan. I am 5'4", age 57 if that matters, because age is just a number and I can wear whatever I like, whether it's age appropriate or not. If I like it, I'm going to wear it. I do have to apologise in advance, however, if I fluff my words, if I don't talk coherently, if I forget to show you the size or the price, it's because I'm out of practice basically. Those that have read my community post and know that I was going away on a cruise, well, I've just come back. Videos continued whilst I was away because I managed to record them and schedule them so that you didn't miss me too much. But I've really missed you and I'm quite excited to get back into this and do my first haul since returning. Now, I do have to apologise because I was hoping to bring you some cruise content and you may get a little bit. It's a very unfortunate story. I was given an early Christmas present before I went away, an expensive camera that I was absolutely enjoying using, but a waterproof housing failed on a turtle swim and I drowned the camera. I haven't plucked up the courage to have a look at the footage on the memory card because I'm just scared it's all gone. But if I can salvage anything, I can guarantee I will share with you. Luckily, I took out some accidental damage on the camera before I left, so at least my Christmas present isn't totally gone. Right. This is an M&S party haul because I've got a big party night coming up. And if you have been on a cruise or any all-inclusive holiday, you know you make the most of that and you get your money's worth. I enjoyed every moment of my cruise and every mouthful. I enjoyed it so much, I decided to bring it back with me. Yes, I have put on a significant amount of weight. I managed to lose 5 pounds in my first week back, but I've still got quite a fair bit to lose. What can I say? It's done. I'm not going to dwell on it, but none of my party wear outfits were going to fit. And I have gone into panic mode coming back and seeing how the shops are full of Christmas. There's Christmas adverts on, and the lack of time has really panicked me. So I had a look on M&S, of course, my go-to now, and they had some fantastic party wear on there. And I've got 4 amazing but different dresses to show you. The first dress, this is such a Christmas colour, isn't it? Size 20 in a 45. 50-50 if it's going to fit and flatter, I will be honest. A round neck, slightly higher at the back, no fastenings there because it's in this stretch velveteen, and I can tell it's a velveteen because there isn't really a nap there. And on a true velvet, if you were to do that, you would see that different colour. It's got long sleeves and a dolman sort of sleeve there. There's no sleeve seam, so that may give me a bit of a droopy shoulder, which isn't very flattering. The back is completely plain with just one seam down the back, but on the front these panels sort of widen to sort of give a illusion of seams, flow. I can't explain it. Maybe when I put it on, if it's not too tight, you might be able to see that there is more shape and sizing fabric in the front. Goes down to a very plain skirt there. It's going to be mid sort of shin on me, I should imagine, which I think is quite a flattering length. And I do like a longer length dress when it's a sort of party evening occasion. I just feel it adds that little bit of sophistication that a shorter dress really doesn't. I suppose we don't get the opportunity to wear long dresses all the time, do we? So why not take advantage of it if you can? We definitely don't get the opportunity to wear sequins all the time, although more and more I see that ladies do wear sequins during the day. Totally optional, but maybe this may be just too much sequins for a daytime outfit. Quite a plain shift dress. They're obviously going to let those beautiful brown shimmery sequins do all the talking on this. There's some padding in these shoulders here, which just makes it like stand up, which is quite nice. A large armhole, sleeveless obviously, that goes down to this invisible zip on the side. I don't like side zips. I find them incredibly hard to do up, but hopefully I'll manage it. But there's also somebody else in the house should I struggle today. Usually there wouldn't be. There's some ruching on this side here, so hopefully that will disguise some of the excess baggage I brought back on either side, so it should hopefully. Then it falls down to quite a straight long skirt, and it's got a slit sort of on the right side that will probably come to the knee. It's got a weight to this dress, and if I was to keep it, it would not be suitable for future cruises because it's so weighty. Not only are the sequins quite heavy, the lining is quite heavy too, in this sort of stretched nylon polyester jersey. But what attention to detail there, that they have actually put an extra strip of lining around that hem so it's not going to skag on your tights, and then the lining can just go free. It's not going to boosh up. I've had that before now in a jacket where the lining was probably a little bit too tight, and it's just made the bottom of the jacket ruche up. I hope this flatters me because I only got it in a size 20, but for £59 I think that is a real bargain. I've definitely spent more out on a sequin dress before now, and believe me, if I'm to go like that on my sequin dress, sequins would fall off, and I definitely couldn't do that because they would like knot and tangle with each other. So that's quite nice. And I've just noticed that slit is not actually to one side, it's down the middle. So that's dress number 2. This is actually very reminiscent of a dress I bought to go to see a show on Broadway in New York for my daughter's, no, it wasn't for my daughter's 21st, we just went to New York. She was living in America at the time and we went. Well, anyway, I bought this in a size 22 and it was £45. But like I said, it reminds me of that dress because it was just a plain shift dress. That time it was sort of like in a crimpline, black crimpline, but mine had big multicolored jewels around, and I actually gifted it to somebody. And I do regret it. I really do regret it. But this definitely would be a lovely replacement. Again, in that velveteen, though this does feel a bit more thicker and rich. Again, it's got some pads in the shoulder, and then sort of 3/4, may even be more than 3/4 sleeves on me because I'm so short, got quite short arms. Like I said, just a plain shift dress. And this one, contrary to what I said about you know, feeling more glamorous, a longer dress will probably just come to about my knees. But like I said, so reminiscent of an old dress that I wish I hadn't given away, that I just had to give it a try. Hopefully that size, what size did I buy? I've forgotten now. 22, because I'm anticipating it being a bit quite tight fitting, even though it's a shift. Now this, prepare yourselves, was me thinking outside the box. And I have hauled so much PU vegan leather lately, and I've been loving it, that I could not resist giving this dress a try. I think I will end up feeling a bit sort of Russian spy lady in it, but it's so buttery soft and flexible, and I just had to give it a go, really. I do love the style because it is in that classic shirt style with buttons all the way down the front, a nice placket, nice covered buttons there, and really, really beautiful stitching on all of these seams. It definitely was worth the £55, and again I bought it in that size 22. Buttons all the way up to the collar there, no shoulder padding at all. Got that seam across like a yoke sort of shirt. There are belt loops on the back and on the side that house this sash, which you'll then just casually tie to the front. I thought this was really thinking out of the box for an occasion dress, because I feel that this could go definitely more day to night, or have more uses during different occasions than maybe the brown sequins. Let's be honest, that's going to be one night a year, 2 nights at the most. But this, I thought, yes, I could get a lot more use out of it. And like I said, I've been enjoying this vegan leather so much. And the inside is this really butter soft sort of faux suede in a sort of a jet black, as opposed to like the more charcoal black of that dress. 4 dresses, let's try them on. And before you say anything, yes, I am wearing an hoodie. I got this last Christmas. It's probably one of my best Christmas presents ever. And coming back from the Caribbean where it was 30 to these temperatures, believe me, I've needed it. So, I'm going to be shivering now trying on these dresses, but fingers crossed they fit. Well, I think I've got away with the size because it doesn't feel like it's really tight and clingy, but it is that sort of stretch back fabric and the style that is obviously going to lie quite close to you, and I don't like that. My hips, I always feel, are too bumpy if they are silhouetted like this. I don't think it feels too bad across the tummy. That's probably one of the more sort of flattering things of it. Not too bad across the tummy, but I don't like it here because I feel that that's emphasising and drawing attention to this area that I don't like. The sleeves are a nice length on me. And the fabric feels soft. The collar, too big and baggy here. I need at least that much sort of taken out for it to lay nicely across the top of my colliage and around my neck. I don't think you need all that space to get it on and off. And I am quite short-shouldered here. I haven't got huge broad shoulders, so somebody who's a bit more broad-shouldered, it may fit better. The dolman sleeves, I don't think they've gone excessive on the fabric here, which is nice to see, but when you put your arms down, you get these unflattering folds here, which just don't do it for me. I can sort of pull them down and get that ruching there that I imagine this dress would have, but even so, it's not enough to emphasize my waist and hide my tummy and my hips. The length is a real issue for me. I imagined it was going to be probably a little bit longer, or if it had been a little bit shorter, I think it would have been more flattering. I don't think these black thick tights are the right tights to wear. I would probably wear more sheer tights, but this shoe, this sort of heel, would be the sort of size that I would wear with any occasion dress. And I don't feel that it looks particularly good together. If you're taller, I think it would be nice. If you're shorter and you want a full length dress, this is the one for you. Now, my biggest issue is, if this was in black, it would be ideal to dress up as a witch for Halloween. That fabric, I called it soft because I was being kind. It isn't actually the best quality. And I do, if this was to be in black, wear a witch's hat, and I think you've got the perfect Halloween costume. I'm not going to be paying the money that this dress was for a Halloween type dress. This is not for me, it's going back. Oh dear, Marks and Spencers, you've let me down with this dress. This was the size 22, I believe. If it's different, it'll be on the screen, and I need it for here. It's funny, this is probably just as tight fitting as the one, the Teal calls Teal one, but I feel a bit more vum 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 in this one. That ruching that's down the sides is quite subtle, just adds a few little sort of ruches there. And of course this V-neck, always going to be flattering. Right, that's the positives. The negatives. I can feel the sequins here digging into my underarm. It's not comfortable. Even though this armhole is just so over generous that you can sort of see my bra there, and it's got a lot of space that's just hanging there. Yes, it's just definitely too big. These straps, they're quite wide, and they do that job of broadening my shoulders, and that padding does sort of hold things up a little bit. But I think that is the issue. If I was more broad-shouldered, they'd probably be up here, and then this armhole wouldn't be such an issue. But I honestly don't believe that my shoulder to bust line is that non-average, you know. So I think it would definitely suit a taller woman, even though this is a regular size. My biggest issue, can you see that split? I'm trying to stand up so that you can see that split properly. Can you see how one side is kinking in? Look, it's just folding over. There was me praising the lovely lining and the attention to detail by hemming put a lining in the hem, and then they've made some mistake in the lining here that just gives it this odd shape on that split. This side is lying beautifully, this side is not. Fit across the tummy, quite nice. I feel it clings a little bit more across the bottom there, but the sequins do a really good job of disguising other issues that I've got. I would not feel comfortable wearing this dress all night. Those sequins are digging in, are very uncomfortable, and I'd be all night trying to get that split to hang properly. 2 no-nos. Hopefully the other 2 give some more success. Well, I'm liking this one a lot more than I have the previous 2. That is for certain. I feel the length, I'm happy-ish with the length. It's definitely shorter than I imagined it was going to be. But what I said about a length makes an evening dress, you know, a full length dress, but also you want it that nice sort of dress up length, something sort of over the knee, and this might look a little bit frumpish. Talking of frumpish, I did size up in this to the 22. Maybe I could have got away with the 20, maybe I was just being overcautious. But is it a little bit too smock, maybe just a little bit too maternity, or just does it just ensure that it flows nicely over my curves without them looking like lumps and bumps? I love these pearls here. A beautiful pair of pearl earrings, and I'm finished, aren't I? I don't have to worry about different accessories or whatever. The length of the sleeves look expensive because they cut me just at the right point. I just love how just simple and stylish and elegant this dress is. It's beautiful. I mean, I had to undo the buttons to get it on, and they're not done up, but it just falls over everything, and I feel comfortable. If you're out for the evening, you want to feel comfortable and just relax and have fun and enjoy yourself. So far, this could be the winner. Isn't it just typical? The dress that I adore out of all of them just doesn't fit. And I sized up to the 22 in this, but this PU vegan leather, pleather, whatever you would like to call it, takes no prisoners. It's trying to restrain my cruise, but it's not doing a very good job. It's gaping a little bit here, and I thought they were buttons, but it's actually poppers, which could be a little bit dangerous. I haven't done the sit down test, but I would not be at all surprised if a popper didn't pop. The sleeves and the shoulders, my complaint on a few of those dresses is perfect though. I love the sleeves, I love the bodice. It's just this, it's just too tight and clingy for me. I have got on some shapewear. It's not, you know, really super strength Spanx, but I have got on what I would feel comfortable in. Anything more, I think it might be a little bit too restrictive. Doesn't cling here, which is usually a place that it does. I'll have to review the footage because obviously I haven't got eyes in the back of my head, even though I told the children in the class I did. It's here that I just do not feel comfortable wearing it. Such a shame, because I just think this is just so unusual, so on trend, so chic. You know, I do feel a little bit spy lady-ish, I must admit. And it's not too noisy. I had a complaint about one of my biker jackets recently, or was it the skirt? People could hear it. I can't hear it. I can't hear it excessively with this. But no, this is not going to do. And no, pockets would not be suitable because it would definitely spoil this line. But beautiful dress, and I love it, but it's just not for me. I don't know. I am not going to be the belle of the ball in any of these dresses, am I? Well, I think that is the first time in quite a while that I've made an M&S order and haven't kept anything. The 4 dresses, no, I am afraid they just don't work for me. The closest I got was the black shift with the pearl neckline, but when I reviewed the footage back, I just thought, no, it's doing nothing for me. I've said in the past, if clothes don't work for me, I'm not going to work for them. I absolutely adore the leather dress, but the sizing just wasn't going to work for me, or should I say my size isn't going to work for the dress. I'm sure on somebody who is more in proportion, hasn't got this huge tummy, it's going to look stunning. Sequins, I should have realised sequins underneath the armholes is just not comfortable, and the tealy one, it just didn't ooze quality or style or anything. Sorry M&S, not this time. I love you dearly, but none of these 4 dresses worked for me. Thank you very much for watching. Please push that subscribe button if you haven't. And about 50% of you that watch my videos aren't actually subscribers. You know you watched me a couple of times now, so push that subscribe button and you will get notified every time I upload. Thank you for watching. Goodbye for now and come back soon.